What do you do when you believe your child could significantly benefit from therapy, but your co-parent isn't on the same page? That's what we'll be discussing in today's video. But first, welcome to My Court Coach, a channel that's dedicated to helping you win in court without a lawyer. I'm Maria. I'm a California-based family law attorney. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos or the weekly live streams that we do on various legal issues to help you handle your legal case. Okay, so let's briefly talk about legal custody in general. If you aren't familiar, legal custody refers to a parent's right to share in the decision-making responsibility. This means that you'll decide on issues involving your child's health, education, and overall well-being. If your court order grants joint legal custody, both parents typically will have to make these decisions together or at least confer with one another before taking any action. On the other hand, if the court order gives sole legal custody to one parent, then that parent has the right to make these types of decisions for the child's well-being without necessarily needing the other parent's consent. And we have other videos on this channel that talk about legal custody, so be sure to watch those videos next. So how do you navigate this dilemma if you share joint legal custody? Well, California law says that neither parent can submit the child to any psychological or psychiatric testing or evaluation, or really to any extended course of medical, dental, orthodontic, psychiatric, or psychological treatment or counseling without consenting one another, and the consent has to be in writing. So let's say you've already tried to talk to your co-parent about putting your child into therapy, but you simply aren't able to reach an agreement amongst yourselves, and there certainly isn't any consent from the other parent, then you may need to ask the court for help. But before getting the courts involved, you'll want to first look at your custody order. Some orders may specify which parent has the primary rights to make medical decisions for the child, or it can state how decisions should be handled. If your order doesn't specify which parent has the primary rights to make medical decisions for your child, or it doesn't state how these decisions should be handled, then you may be able to file a motion, also called a request for order, seeking clarification with the court. So this is essentially a request to the court to figure out who, if anyone, has primary rights to make medical decisions for the child. The court can't and will not order a child to be put into therapy if you as parents share legal custody, but the court may be able to allow you to file to figure out who has primary rights. Another option is to file a request for order to modify the current custody order and request primary rights to make medical decisions. In California, this is done through the FL 300 form, and if you haven't seen the video already where we talk about requests for orders, also make sure to watch those videos too. When you're asking for modifications, you'll need to prove to the judge that there has been a significant change in circumstances that warrant a modification of the custody order. That's the standard. There has to be compelling evidence of the need for a modification and a showing of how this change will be in the child's best interest. There's no guarantee that the court will agree to modify the order, but this is just another avenue that you can consider if necessary. One thing to also note is that if you're in California, California law allows minors 12 years and older to independently consent to outpatient mental health treatment without approval of a parent or guardian, if, in the opinion of the professional, the minor child is mature enough to participate intelligently in therapy. And this is typically limited to mental health treatments or counseling in outpatient settings only. And I won't go into much detail here about that, but that's definitely something to look into if it applies in your case. So to recap, if you share legal custody with the other parent and you can't agree on whether to send your child to therapy, check to see who has primary rights in the custody order. If it's not clear or isn't mentioned at all, then you may be able to motion the court to get involved. By default, courts won't get involved unless one or both parents go to the court and effectively request either clarification of the custody order or a modification. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.